Now, I want to talk a little bit to the people of Ashraf who are now in Albania and to all of you. This was a difficult fight. When we took over, the MEK was on the terror list. So our group got together and we worked awfully hard, day in and day out, worked with the United Nations people, worked with the State Department. And finally, we got them delisted because we believed in those people. We believed in their goodness. We believed in their talent. We believed in their energy. We believed that they could be the cornerstone to building a free Iran. And now, the next step is to free Iran. And you all know down deep that regime change is up to the people of Iran. And that means you. That means the people who are in Albania. That means Iranian dissidents all around the globe. And it means Iranian dissidents in Iran, in Tehran, in all of the different cities. But the United States has to stand firm and stand behind this movement. And I believe we will. Not only will we because we do believe in freedom. And we do admire people who fight for their freedom and are willing to die for their freedom. We'll stand behind you because it's also in our self-interest. Because what will a free Iran ruled by Madam Rajavi mean to the Middle East? It'll mean peace and security. It'll mean an end to extremism. It'll mean an end to Iran being a hotbed for terrorism. It'll mean that women will no longer be persecuted. It will mean that Iranians, women and men, will have the right to vote. It means that Iran will have an open society that understands its religious heritage, but also understands that religion can't be the sole driver of the government. Those are things that are in our interest as Americans. So I want to close by telling you two things. As mayor of Philadelphia, I had the great opportunity to take a great American city that was on its back and turn its destiny around, and that was wonderful. As governor, I had the chance, by signing my name on a bill that raised the minimum wage $4,000 a year, I gave over 400,000 people a $4,000 a year raise. I put in a bill that made sure that every child in Pennsylvania was covered by health care. Every child in Pennsylvania. Those were all wonderful accomplishments. But in my public career, I have never felt a better feeling than knowing that my work and my energy somehow contributed in some small part to getting the people of Ashraf out of Iraq to safety. I've never felt prouder of anything I've done in my public career. And I want to, this was its own reward. To see those faces on the screen tonight, that's its own reward. You don't have to thank me. It's wonderful. It's a great feeling. And we are a freedom-loving people. And when Madam Rajavi went over and placed that sign near the memorial saying the price of freedom, well, in Washington Square Park in Philadelphia, there's a park called Washington Square Park. There are 2,000 dead colonial American soldiers under the ground in Washington Park. And there's a monument, and it says, "Here lies evidence that the price of freedom isn't free." We all know that. Americans died for their freedom, but so did members of the MEK. And I pledge to you today, and if Madam Rajavi is watching this on television, I want her to understand that Americans, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, Americans, progressives, Tea Partyites, Americans from red states, blue states, we all stand behind her because all Americans have one thing in common. We know we fought for our freedom. We know our freedom was precious. We know it takes sacrifice. We know it takes courage. And we're behind you because you're fighting for all the same things. Thank you.